Hi guys, so this is my first video for YouTube or my channel. So today I would like to show you how to make a rustic weather look on this furniture right here. That's look just from this old piece of the furniture that I picked it up. Yes, this is how it looked before. It's got some peeling and scratch. Yes, some peel. Okay. Oh, sorry, it's not. Sorry for my English. I'm sorry. So yes, this is. It's like this is kind of weird looking one. I'm not really sure what it's called, but I would say it's like a dresser cabinet, something like that. It's still to be a dresser, but yeah. So we're gonna turn it into something different, and I'm gonna start it with a 150 grit sandpaper here with my sander. Yeah. So I just want to get some of the finish from the previous finish. I'm sorry. Yeah, so just get some of those finish off, just the shiny or glossy or whatever, and plus some of the peeled and scratch. So I don't want to sand it all the way down to the bevel because I don't really need to, because I'm gonna paint and not so and plus it's a chalk paint, so you don't really need to sand it all the way down to the bevel. I would do it if I want to stain it, but this one I'm gonna go with just the chalk paint. Yeah, so just sand it, get some of the finish off of it, some imperfections, some scratch and stuff. Yes, so yeah, stay with me guys, and please like if you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Yes, and maybe you can share it with your friends. Yeah, so after I sand it, I wipe it off. Yeah, very normal. And now I'm gonna lay some paint on this furniture right here. And this one I'm using black. So all the paint that I use is a chalk paint. So I just put like a tiny bit of the paint on my brush and just brushes on the furniture here and there, some heavier in the other spot. Yeah, so don't have to be perfect. I just want some paint on here. So yes, I just randomly brush my paint here and there, just like I said. I'm sorry. Okay, so and then I'm going to do some light blue on this one. So yes, the second color is light blue, and actually you can put on whatever color you like. Just just you just need some basic colors with this one. To me, I really need like black, white, and gray, something like that in this technique. So the first I use black, and this one is light blue. I would say light blue. Yeah, I don't know what you guys call it, but to me it's light blue. Okay, so the same technique, just very little paint, barely have any paint on the brush, and just brush it. Just like kind of like a dry brush. But yeah, so put it here and there, some heavier and some lighter. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's the same thing. I am again sorry for my English. So this I would say brown, yeah. So brown color, and yes, it's the same technique, right? So you just dip your brush in the paint just very little, and look at me, I just have a little uh, a little paint on the top of the container that I have the paint on, and I just dip it in with a little paint on my brush and not even drip. Yeah, and the same technique, the same style. Yes. So yes, this is my first video. I'm sorry for the mistake that I make. am new to here, but I just want to show you and share with you guys what I do. I do refurbish, refinish the furniture. Mostly it's for living. Been doing it for over a year, or over a year, like 1.5 years mostly, and I'm learning all the way. So it's like learning every day. Okay, so here I'm going with the medium gray. So this is the fourth color and the same exact style. Just a little paint on your brush and just brush it wherever you would like to. And don't worry if some spots that you think is heavier more than you like, you just come back and fix it with the next color or other color. Yeah, so we got some black, blue, brown, and this is a medium gray. And yes, I just pick up some hairs because we have, well, yes, 2 dogs and 1 cat in a house, so basically hairs is everywhere. But yes, this it is a life, it's a family, they are family, and hairs everywhere. So people that bought our furniture have some hair in it. I'm trying to pick it up as much as I can. Okay, so this is a light blue, and to pay attention is I do it the same way I did from the first color. Start from the black. Yes, and I do it from my garage, and it's like a driveway. I do it in front of my garage. Yeah, and it's only 2-car garage, so it's kind of small. And in the garage, I have some of the finished and unfinished furniture in there. So when I do the painting, I do it kind of out here. Okay, and this color is white. And white, I really do it like very little, less and less than the other colors that I had put on. So just when you do the a rustic weather looking one, you really need some white in it, but very little. Like I say, just very little paint on your brush, and you do it like like when you dry brushing on the furniture, you want it just very lightly. Don't pressure too much on your brush. Okay, so I just let those paint rest on the top, and then come here and take all the knobs on the drawer. This dresser or cabinet has 3 big drawers, yes, but they come with the wood knobs, and I'm gonna change it. So yes, and clean again, clean and clean and clean and clean. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna start it with the jar look more like medium gray, but actually the paint inside is like light gray, very light. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the first coat here, and so I do chalk paints, and like a lot of you or all of you, or we all know that chalk paint don't really require like sand and stuff like this. I mean, you don't need to sand it. If you would like to, that's perfect, but you don't need to, you don't have to. So because the chalk paint will stick into almost anything, everything. So yes, this is the first coat, and you don't have to do it perfect in the first coat. First coat, mostly you just want to have some paint on your furniture, and you can just do it very light, right? So this is my fast speed. I wish I can do it that fast. Yeah, but it's impossible. You have to take time. Yes, in the other side, same color. And now go to the front, the cabinet door, Yeah, so do exactly the same thing. Oh, now I come back. So I have some of those paint on my brush. I just come back onto the top and just clean my brush with it. It's just, it's just the way I do it. I just, it's just light gray. So, and it just has some paint on my brush. I just come up here and just get all those paints on my brush and stuff, just going to wash. Oh yeah, I will wash it after that anyway. So yeah, I just don't want to waste those paint. Okay, so that's how it look. And we're gonna let it sit here to dry. So when it dry, I kind of like use these 220 grit sandpaper. Yes. Okay, so like lightly sand it and just want to feel the smooth when I run my hands on it. So and plus I want to see it like how it look when I sand it, because I like to sand it after I paint it, but like very lightly sand, and I clean it up again. Want to see how it look like. So, yes. So this is how it looks after those paint, like 4-5 colors. Yes. And now it dry after I sand and wipe it off. This is how it looks. I love it, like very a very natural, weather, rustic, better looking. So you want to have those, 4-5. And you know what? Some colors peeking through. Yes. And instead of shiny one, I just like that. It's a farmhouse looking to me. Okay, so I applied 2 coats of light gray. So, but this is white, and I'm gonna dry brush the white chalk paint over the light gray. So I got the paint on my brush, just very little, just barely any paint on my brush. Just tip it in and then wipe it off and just do very little bits of paint on the brush, because you want to just a lightly dry brush on the base color. Okay, so that's how I do it. Just like put a little paint on the brush and then just come with the lightly pressure, and you just make sure that you keep your brush, like you want to keep your brush really straight. I never say that word right. I'm sorry, straight. Okay, you don't wanna show the brush stroke on the piece that you're working on. You just want to have some white effect on the base color. I don't know how to say that, but yes, this is the best I can explain to you guys. Okay, so just remember, you put as little as possible on your paintbrush when you want to dry brush. Okay, so then I come back and use the 220 grit sandpaper and lightly sand on the furniture on this piece that I'm working on, right? And I want to have the smooth finish, like when you touch it, it feels smooth. So just lightly sand it, and although I would like to have a very lightly distress on this furniture, so I would like to, distress on the corner of the furniture. So just wanna press it down a little harder with maybe your index finger, wherever you want it, just at the corner, at the detail of the furniture, or wherever you would like to have it on, right? So it's option. If you don't like the distress, you just sand it without making a distress. Or some people don't even sand it, but it's just the way I do it. After I paint it, I always come back with this, maybe the 1 or 222 oh sorry 220 grit sandpaper and just lightly sand. But I usually have a lightly distress on the furniture that I work on, so that's how I do it. The entire piece, I mean the base, not the top. The top I will do it differently, and I will explain it to you in this video or later. Okay, so yes, just do it like that. Just make sure that don't press it down so hard, because you don't want to come paint it over again. Just distress where you will like it, and mostly it'll look good on the furniture, on the distressed furniture, just lightly and at the corner or the detail of the furniture. It's kind of cold and windy in that day. Okay, so yeah, this is how it looks. I just want it like that. That's exactly what I want. Just lightly distressed. Get some paint on it. Yeah, you sand it, you paint it, and you distress it back. Okay, so this is the sealer. I use wax. I'm gonna use the brush. Put those wax on the furniture, brush it all over. Make sure that you get it all covered. Just you know, a better way to protect the furniture after you paint it, so people, you know, can just clean it out nice and easily when they use it. You use a nice clean brush, dip it in, brush it all the way up and down, back and forth. Make sure that you got it all covered. Just pick up the hairs. Just make sure everything is covered. And you know, and you're gonna come back with a clean rocks and wipe it all the excess. Yes, and you're supposed to leave it. I did that. You should leave it like the wax on after you wax it. You leave it on like a couple minutes, and then come back and wipe it off. So you just do it the entire piece and come back to the start and wipe it off. Okay, so get almost done. We come back and seal the top. I seal the top, the surface, with the polyurethane. For this furniture, I seal it 3 coats of the polyurethane because I feel like it's gonna has a lot of use on the surface. Whatever they're gonna use, dresser, TV stand, coffee bar, or kitchen islands or whatever, you know. So it's gonna be a lot of use on the surface. Just make sure that it got a very good seal. And I would use the polyurethane because to me it's good. Yeah, just make sure that I do that because just make sure that I don't miss any spot. Okay, so we're finished, and this is how it looked before, and look at this now. It's new and fresh and better looking. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. See you next time.